Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness. Welcome to my channel. This channel is dedicated to enhancing your spiritual well-being, so welcome here today. Today I'm going to be talking about the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces that happens today, September 17th or September 18th, wherever you are globally. So let's talk about this and then I'll pull some tarot cards. So let's just jump right in. All right, this is a significant full moon and it's time to take a deep breath. So you may want to do that right now. Let's talk about the energies you may be experiencing over this lunation as well as over the next couple of days. So the full moon eclipse in Pisces, this is significant. Pisces is a water sign. It is ruled by Neptune, and coincidentally or not coincidentally, the full moon is conjunct Neptune retrograde. So Pisces is the ruler of Neptune, and to me this is about some deep emotional clearing. Another aspect that we're going to be feeling the energies from a Saturn retrograde is in Pisces, and it is aspecting Mercury and Virgo. Now Mercury is direct, fully direct, but Saturn is in retrograde, and so that is Saturn is in Pisces as well. And Saturn to me is a little bit of a, I like to call it an obstinate ruler. It's just a lot. But the energies for me is there is a dissolution energy. It's a dissolving of things that are really no longer energetically needed from the past. So with that Moonology deck, we did have the card of forgiveness, and we've been talking about that in a reading. I did a hell of a reading yesterday, and nothing, the whole sound was off. So I had to get my tech support in today to fix it. But it was a reading, and it was very powerful and profound, all about these energies. But it's about forgiveness, and forgiveness of self particularly, but also forgiveness of the things that did not work for you in the past, that you may still have an attachment to, and that's what that energetic experience is. And that's why it needs to be released, is it's no longer needed as you move forward. So this is like calling it out energetically. Time for you to release the attachment to the things that didn't work out for you in the past with forgiveness. The forgiveness is the detachment mechanism. Let's see. There is some endings happening. That's the detachment from things that don't need to move forward with you in this new energy. And it feels like there's a limitlessness that comes in from that freedom. And we're going to talk about freedom here, because for me, that's what I'm getting in this emotional aspect, is the release, and then the freedom that is the product of that release. And it just feels like it's like, wow, you know, it almost like I didn't know I was carrying around that much old karmic stuff that I don't need. It's karmic debris. So what I'm getting to is it's a dissolving of the safe boundaries that were, I don't want to say imaginary, but they weren't based in reality. So whatever that means for you, what came through for me was you may have set some boundaries to protect yourself from something, but those boundaries were not rooted in reality. They were rooted in more imagination. And now that's going to be dissolving. And we're going to go from, how did I phrase it here? You know, in the movie where, I don't even remember the movie, but it was Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise, I think. If you know what I'm talking about, please comment below. But it was you can't handle the truth. There was a part of you that had a fear-based energy according to a truth that you were not really ready to accept. So you put up this imagined boundaries, this boundary based in the imagination of protecting yourself from what that truth reality was. And we're letting that go. That is dissolving, because now you have the spiritual courage to be able to face the truth. And so we go from what you couldn't possibly handle, and I'm not saying that that's bad. Please don't think I'm diminishing you in any way for not being able to accept that truth in the reality that it was. It was a protective mechanism that you used because there was a wound in there that truth would have triggered in a very unhealthy way. So you did what you needed to do until you grew enough to be able to handle the truth. And what they're showing me now is kind of like, the make-believe characters that a lot of cultures have. And then one day you have to sit down your children and say, that's really not a real character. It's a belief system. And so that's kind of what you were protecting yourself from. So now we're shifting from that to what actually is and being okay with it. It may not be something that we agree with, but we're okay to see it now. So what is meant to fade will fade. What is meant to grow will grow. So whatever is meant to expand in your life will expand now, because you don't have the constraints of that old karmic debris. And you now can accept the truth, which opens up this freedom energy of, okay, this is a non-active lunation. That means you don't really have to do anything. It's going to happen. You can really just kind of open up to make space for what is to be and what is to come. I think if there's anything that I would suggest doing is to just open up the space. I think all the clearing is going to happen whether you set your intention and do a ceremony or not. I do believe the best thing to do in this lunation is open yourself up to what is to be and what is to come, because that's where the freedom is. Now, there's a caveat here. There's a little bit of fear energy in that freedom of like, what if I don't like what is to be or what is to come? What if I don't like that? What if it's not comfortable for me? What if it does not align with what I believe is the truth? I really feel like this is the beginning of an equalization of the truth and the absolute ability to really face it for what it is, instead of using that protective mechanism. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that's what came in my downloads and what I have kind of discovered about this lunation. Do I think it's significant? Yes. I think there's going to be a lot of emotion. You may feel a lot of emotional release. You may feel a lot of emotional stress in the buildup, and then all of a sudden maybe a good cry. Maybe you're like, I don't even know why I'm crying. It's because it's a watershed. It is a watershed of emotions that you're going to release emotionally as you feel it in the energy. Okay, so I'm going to go into the tarot right now. So I'm going to ask and invite you to take a moment while I prepare the space and pre-shuffle the cards and get ready for this reading. Now that we're all in that same energy, the energy is congruent. That's what I'm getting. So I'm going to invite you to take some deep breaths, center yourself, settle your energy, so that you can really connect with what resonates for you in this reading, so that it maximizes your opportunity to use this guidance. All right. Okay, so I am going to be using the Quantum Oracle, the Energy Oracle, both by Sandra Ann Taylor, and then I'm going to use the Zend Out Journey by Cassie Bull. So let's get started. I did pre-shuffle. Nothing really jumped out at me, so kind of like an energetic clean space for me. Milestone. Oh my gosh, this came up in the reading yesterday. It's a 6 card. And I feel like that's what this energy is all about. It is an emotional freedom milestone. Again, came up in the reading yesterday that I can't publish because there was no sound. And there was a reason. I'd never questioned spirit when my readings don't work out. Haven't had it in quite a while. But I also did a very good twin flame reading or twin flame talk yesterday. I'm going to have to re-record that. So let's see what's coming through. Goddess of the Moon. How appropriate. That's a 7 card. I do believe there's some 7 energy in this lunation. It's amazing how that card comes out. And this eclipse energy. 5th chakra. Archangel Gabriel. This is that throat chakra. That's a 39 card, which goes to a 12 card, which goes to a 3. 3 is catalyst energy for me. So there may be a talk through that needs to happen. That might be something that is part of the release, is like, let's just say you get a phone call from somebody, just kind of things didn't end well. And you're just like, yeah, you know what, let's just call it. Either the emotional debris needs to dissipate from this relationship, or it's just not going to move forward. And there's no animosity. There's no emotional triggering. It's just, it is what it is. And you see it for that. The truth is right here, and it does not seem to waver. And you're just like, okay, that is what it is. It's just not going to go forward with me. And that's okay. That's how you feel about it. That's the freedom. It's the detachment. Being able to detach from the energies that aren't going to move forward with you. There's the 6 of Pentacles. Love that. That's that congruency, that emotional equilibrium. Very balanced energy. Look at that card. Queen of Wands. Remember, you really don't have to do anything for this lunation. That came out in the challenge position. 6 of Wands, another 6. So far, 3. This, I'm getting, don't let this be about ego. Keep your ego out of it. This does not need to interact with your ego energy at all. This needs to be heart-centered. 5 of Swords, yep. If your ego gets involved, this is going to be, you're going to actually sabotage and cause more karmic debris. That's going to have to be cleared at probably 6 months from now. Let's not go there, okay? 9 of Pentacles. Absolutely. This is, I'm going to take this card and this card. That was a bit awkward, but I'm going to, okay, we have the King of Wands as well, and the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the King and Queen of Wands. That is fire energy. Let me just say this. This is a water sign lunation. For fire signs, this is going to see like a emotional downer for you. And so just take that as it is and realize it's part of the lunation energies. So if you are a fire sign, particularly if you're an Aries or Leo, just number 1, hydrate well, but number 2, uncharacteristically emotional for you in this lunation. You are probably going to be in your feels a lot more because it's going to feel like a dousing downer. And so just keep your head above it. You know, don't succumb and drown in the emotion. It will pass. But if you're having some emotional clearing that, like I said, you're going to have a good cry. Have a good cry. Let that water flow, because for fire signs, that's very difficult to do. Fire signs are all about being engaged and active and, I'm going to push this through. Don't. This is time just to kind of allow. Just allow that emotional energy, that water energy to flow through you. And I feel like part of, and if you are a fire sign, there is some ego involved. If you're a Leo, I'm a Leo sun and moon. So Pisces energy is not necessarily easy energy for me. Now, Pisces is all about spirituality, so you may get some psychic energy coming through. You may enhance your psychic abilities. But again, this is an opportunity. There's new stuff coming in here. But in order for that to come, and we all know kind of the rules, in order for new to come in, the old has to close out all of that karmic debris. I'm seeing like a Roomba. And it's just like one of those things, the electric vacuum or the something where you sweep. I see it at my hairdressers. They sweep all the hair and then they turn it on. It just sucks it all up and it's like a disposal. And I'm seeing kind of like a space debris. Like, stuff's just being ejected. It's being ejected from your energetic volume, is what they're saying. I don't know if this is making any sense. But I'm seeing it's like being swept up and ejected out. It's that karmic debris. And in order for us to have more abundance coming in, something that wasn't serving us that we still had an attachment to needs to go. I feel like I'm rambling. But this is the milestone of it. This is that, it's kind of like the finish line. It's kind of like, oh, thank God. I finally have gotten to that point. That's kind of what you're feeling. It's like, oh, I'm finally here. I'm finally crossing this level. Ooh, there's the Hierophant. That's the number 5 card. Hold on just a minute. I didn't have my little notes here. Hierophant is earth energy. If you're an earth sign, you may want to connect with some trees. Sorry. You may want to, I'm hearing the word consult. Because of the roots being historically connected, it's almost like there's information there that will help you as you move forward. So if you're an earth sign, it may be good just to go sit out under a tree and just be open and listen. You may get some really significant downloads of either something that has historically affected you to this point, or something that you can recreate in a new way from the past. That's just what I'm getting in the downloads. There's the Ace of Swords, usually confirming. So great for earth signs. So we know that water signs, you can probably be feeling this, but you're going to be comfortable with that emotional kind of detox. Whereas fire signs, you're going to feel a little emotionally down, probably need a good cry. 6 of Swords, another 6. Okay, so we have 6, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords. This is the energy coming in after this big emotional detachment, release, karmic cleanup. And it feels like this is connected to a prior lunation. 4 of Cups. Okay, I'm getting so many downloads that this is connected to a prior lunation at some point, and I would say maybe 6 months ago, where the karmic cycles needed to end and close out. And then there's all the debris. Kind of like the leftovers. If you see confetti on the floor, and it's like the sweeping up cycle. This is the sweeping up cycle. Now it's like, okay, the floor is clean, the debris is gone, the room is clean, and now it's a new creative space. It's a clean creative space. So after this energy closes out, there will be a clean creative space for you to create new, with this new energy. The Four of Cups, and I'm going to say this, emotionally, you're going to prioritize. It's an emotional triage. After this lunation, you're going to emotionally triage where you invest all of your emotional energy with this Pisces and the Saturn in Pisces. You're going to really be selective of where you invest your emotional energy. Usually the Four of Cups to me is some sort of disinterest, but for me it's you're going to be disinterested in things that are not bringing you some sort of emotional satisfaction. And there's the Queen of Swords, and that's the discernment part. And now the Queen of Swords with this fifth chakra, be kind with your words. Just going to say that. If there are endings involved of relationships, whether it be work, friendships, lovers, family, don't care, be kind with your words. Do not inflict more emotional trauma or get in more karmic situations where there's going to have to be a cleanup 6 months from now. Let's keep that clean space for the creativity to come in with this King and Queen of Wands. This is going to be a bolstered and supported time for you to bring forward whatever it is that you are wanting to accomplish, to do, to earn that milestone energy. Okay, let's get 3 cards from what you need to know. Page of Pentacles. Absolutely. That is after this lunation. What are you doing as far as planting seeds? Now, we usually plant seeds in the new moon. However, with this, because the space is now karmically cleansed and clean and clear, you can start planting right away. You don't have to wait for the new moon. You can go ahead and start planting those seeds of intention as soon as the energy from this clears, and you're going to feel it. There's going to be kind of like that okay, deep cleansing breath energetically. There's the Three of Wands. Definitely planting some seeds afterwards. So start thinking about what it is you want to bring manifest. What do you want to, what are your dreams and desires? How are they aligning with your chart right now? How are they aligning with your energy? And what's going on in your reality that's going to best be manifested? That's what that Four of Cups is about. You know, selectively choose where you want to spend that time and that energy, and that, you know, we're going to be creating from the heart. So where are you willing to invest your emotions? If it's not something that really ignites your passions, don't bother this time. Just don't bother. That's what this emotional triage is. Don't bother investing your time, energy, and emotions and resources into something that really doesn't make you feel that spark, that imaginative ingenuity, because you'll just be really wasting your energy, and you're going to be emotionally disappointed and dissatisfied because it's not just going to work out as well. You'll be pushing way too hard. This manifestation is going to be effortless because it will be in alignment. You've got a clean, clear space in order to create now. So it's going to be in alignment. But don't collude it and pollute it with things that you're not passionate about. Choose one thing. If you want to, cook, become a passionate cook, cook. If you want to plant a garden and grow herbs and flowers and fruit trees, that's what you do. But whatever it is that connects to that absolute heart-centered, this is what I really, really want to do. And it can go back all the way to your inner child, or it can be something that's a new creative spark that you just honestly just came into your energy. But you will know, you will feel the connection to that. That's what you focus on right after this energy dissipates. That's what you're going to plant the seeds for, and that's what's going to grow. Okay, and there's the Fool. Holy cow. Yeah. This is new energy, new new creative potential here. Let me see my notes. All right. There are maybe a little bit of courage involved. The Fool doesn't just start off on the journey without having the support of some sort of courageous intervention. So there may be something that there may be a little bit of fear, but have the courage and do it anyway. Okay? Feel the fear and do it anyway. Is that what that saying is? Let's check bottom of the deck and see what's going on. Oh, angels of the four directions. You are so supported. And this is manifestation. The four directions are the four elements. And that is your pentacles, your swords, your air. So it's earth, air, water, and fire. That's how you manifest, remember? And I said this in the reading or in the twin flame yesterday, and I'll have to re-record that. Earth is a 3D printer for what we manifest from our energy, from our source energy. Earth is the 3D printer. So in order to print in the 3D, we have to have the elements of earth, fire, water, and air. And those elements combine. And then we have the four directions. Those angels that represent those four elements. They are working with you now that you're karmically clear. And the debris is gone. They're in the clean space with you. Financial constraints. That's a 13 card. 13 card for me is... it's that, it's not the Tower. Sorry. I'm not even thinking right now. Goodness gracious. It's the Death card. Okay, sorry. I couldn't even think of it. This is closing out. But because of this, there may be some releases that create a little financial uncomfortableness. I'm just getting the energy of don't worry about that. It may be that you're starting out with nothing, but you're going to create a lot of abundance. So that's okay. And then 9 of Cups. Whatever you do in this clean, clear, karmic-free space is going to bring you a deep sense of satisfaction. That's why it's so important to really connect with it from your passion, from your emotional level, and focus on that instead of trying to do too many things. If you notice here with this Page of Pentacles, they're planting one. And then we have the 1 cup. And then the Ace of Pentacles. Focus on one thing you want to create, you want to manifest. And there will clearly be a financial gain. All right? Whew, that was a bit much, but there you have it. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoy this lunation. Let me know in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Until then, my beautiful friends, namaste. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscribing to my channel, and your very kind comments. I hope you found this video helpful. Please check out my other videos for other messages that will help you enhance your spiritual well-being. I'm Elle, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you again. Until then, my dear friends, namaste.